The New South Wales champion, Millie Clark, leads this field with 7 laps to go. She's now had that position taken from her by Victoria Mitchell. A Commonwealth, Olympic and World Championship representative is Victoria Mitchell. She won the Olympic trial in impressive fashion and is out on a quest to try and get the Olympic qualifying mark. She was 4th in the Commonwealth Games in 2006 here in Melbourne. The MCG on that occasion. She's here at Lakeside Stadium. And she is setting a strong pace here in the early stages of the women's 3,000 metre steeplechase.
So Vic Mitchell will lead them through 6 laps remaining. The Beijing Olympic representative. That's Millie Clark in the 2nd place there of New South Wales. And she moved very nicely at this stage. Eleanor Waterworth into 4th place, the South Australian. Clark was a bronze medalist at the 2011 Championship. Looks like New Zealander. That's just tucked away there in 3rd place at this stage. It's Caroline Melsop. She took the silver medal at last year's. She's 2nd place across the line at last year's National Championship, but it's Vic Mitchell doing it all her own way at this stage. The time she's chasing, 9 minutes 43. That's the Olympic qualifier, and she's streeted them down the back straight. But we're heading down to Lutzy on the infield. What have you got for us?
Towards the end of the 3rd round of the men's triple jump. And our current leader is Alwyn Jones. 16.32, his 2nd round attempt, and at the moment he leads Adam Rabone from Victoria.
The medal ceremony in the Australian Women's 100 metre ambulance championship will now take place. Medals will be awarded by Matt Martin, member of the Board of Directors of Athletics Australia. In 1st place, the winner of the gold medal, an Australian champion, with a performance of a yet to be ratified world record of 16.26 in her class of DF42 from the Victorian Institute of Sport, Millie Clark. The winner of the silver medal with a performance of 17.52 from the Australian Institute of Sport, Michelle Richello. In 3rd place, the winner of the bronze medal with a performance of 14.63 from Victoria, Katie Parrish. Would you please acknowledge our Australian Championship medalists? So we're seeing something pretty impressive from Victoria Mitchell here. It's on about 9 minute 30 pace. We could be on for an Olympic qualifying performance from the Victorian Victoria Mitchell. Certainly on personal best pace would be Millie Clark from New South Wales. The New South Wales champion has been vastly improving over every performance in the women's 3,000 metre steeplechase this season.
Of course, Victoria Mitchell, 2-time national champion, looking for a 3rd national title here at Lakeside Stadium. Took it out last year at Olympic Park. 10:10:66 was the time, but she's light years in front of that at this stage. You can see her making her way around the city side bend, approaching the water jump, and her technique, well, it's been pretty smooth through the vast majority of this race and continues to do so fluently over that water jump. Millie Clark in second place. We saw her win the Briggs Classics 3,000 metre steeple earlier this year in 10:08.98. It was the season's best and then personal best at the time. It moved her up into number 7 on the Australian all-time rankings. But the lady we're watching, she'll come down to collect 3 laps remaining. It's Victoria Mitchell at this stage. Number 3 Australian all-time on the rankings list, and just putting on a performance here as the clock ticks through 5:38, 3 laps remaining. So the pace very honest and a steely look in her eyes of Victoria Mitchell, the Olympic qualifier. That's what she wants. 9:43 is the time. So Vic Mitchell out in front and continues street away. I talked about her credentials. Beijing Olympian, 2007 World Championship representative in Osaka. She was 4th at the MCG in the Commonwealth Games. 4th at the World Athletics Final in 2006 in Athens. But through 2,000 metres, I was about a touch over 6:15 of thereabouts. Looking about 6:35, we feel, around there it is, 6:32.44, 6:32.44 through the 2,000 metres, so very much Olympic qualifying pace is there, maybe just dropped off slightly. 9:43 is the time that we're looking for. The time she's on at the moment, well, it's about 9:46, but the crowd have just got to start to get behind Victoria Mitchell, running solo at the front end of the field. Olympic qualifier, we're on track. 2 laps remaining in this women's 3,000 metre steeple final. And Millie Clark, second place at this stage, continuing to run on very strongly from New South Wales. She's on track for another personal best. We look back to third place. It's still the New Zealander at this stage, who's moving very nicely. And that's Caroline Millsop. We saw her take the silver medal at last year's National Championships behind Victoria Mitchell. Eleanor Waterworth, she was 4th on that occasion, and that's where she is at this stage. Very talented junior, missed out so narrowly on that World Junior qualifying performance at the Australian Junior Championships. Slight fall over the water jump cost her, but we can just see her working her way through the field here in the bronze medal position in the Australian Open Championships. But Vic Mitchell, our race leader, around the back straight, just starting to tire slightly, but we do need to get behind her, ladies and gentlemen. She'll have 1.5 laps remaining at the water jump. Pace maybe just dropped off slightly at the front end of the field, but she's really driving through here. She'll have 500 metres remaining when she makes her way down to the start-finish line. She'll collect the bell. But Grant, she's just starting to drop slightly off the pace, but we do need to start to get behind her, ladies and gentlemen. 1 lap remaining for Victoria Mitchell here on home turf, the Ballarat local. She's really starting to dig deep now, Grant.
So it's Victoria Mitchell. She's going to get the welcome sound of the bell. She's worked so hard in the early laps. Challenge certainly coming from the New South Wales runner in Millie Clark, who's, as we said in the introduction, has been improving with every run, and she's closing the gap on Victoria Mitchell. It's going to be an exciting last lap. We've got the Victoria Mitchell who worked so hard early. Millie Clark has paced her run beautifully, is lifting. We could be on for a big upset here with Victoria Mitchell just in front, getting over the barriers still, but Millie Clark with every stride is cutting down the margin. So Millie Clark was 4th in this championship last year. Victoria Mitchell has represented Australia at championships, Commonwealth Games, World Championships, Olympic Games. Millie Clark lifting, the head's down, she's pumping the arms stronger. She's coming up to the water jump, the big move's about to come here. Victoria Mitchell in front, the Victorian. The New South Wales runner in Millie Clark's going to join her very, very soon. They go over the water jump almost together. Millie Clark goes up onto the shoulder of Victoria Mitchell, who's trying to respond. So it's Millie Clark on the outside. Victoria Mitchell has now been pushed into second place for the first time in this race, but Millie Clark it is. What an upset. She's storming away, goes over the last barrier, and she's going to win a national title. Get right behind her. What a performance here. Timed her run beautifully, and Millie Clark goes down to the line. Just over 10 minutes. Victoria Mitchell so brave early on. The pace was so fast early on, but she's suffered there. Eleanor Wordleworth coming through into third place. An exciting national title in the 3000 steeplechase. Good performance here from the South Australian.